Hi Libra, welcome to your January 2022. Hi Libra, welcome to your January 2021 Taroscope with me, Raphael from Reydiant Reality. Happy New Year to you. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for joining me. If you haven't already, please don't forget to hit that like and share and subscribe button. If you haven't seen your 2021 Taroscope, there is a link in the description box below. If you haven't seen your Life Path 2021 Taroscope, you can get the link for that in the description as well. With that said, as always, I would like to bless my decks of cards with all forms of love, light, peace, prosperity and abundance, and I pray that the messages that come through are ultimately clear and concise and they help you on your path to your highest vibrational good. So for your, let's have a look at it, your January, can you believe it? I think this is going to be a better year, even with all the twists and turns that are invariably going to take place this year. I think, yeah, we're going to have a great year of it. So for your actions and options, that's just flown out of the deck, you have the Three of Cups, right? So here in January, out the gate, you're just like, yeah, I want more enjoyment this year, more enjoyment, more experience. And this is about you opening up to life. You guys had a really tough year of it last year because of obviously a lot of the astrology for you. And, you know, we all had a hard year in some regard. But I think this is about you coming into January with a brand new, refreshed mindset, feeling lighter, feeling happier. Obviously, you've got the big boys, Saturn and Jupiter, now offering a trine energy to your own sign, whether that's your sun, moon or ascendant, which is really nice, right? So you're going to be feeling lighter in and of yourself anyway, because you've moved out of that sort of heavy square energy that you had, and you're now moving into that nice sort of trine energy. So things will be moving easier. And that Three of Cups is that you are about your enjoyment. It also suggests that you will have more opportunities this month to enjoy yourself than you maybe even did in December, which is not a bad thing at all. For your money and materials, you have the Five of Cups. Okay, so, and we saw this last month, right? We talked about you guys overindulging. I totally get it, right? I totally get it. After the time and the period that you guys have had, I think you're more than entitled to start sort of having a good time of it. That Five of Cups, though, it does suggest when it comes to the finances, this could be a month where you start to figure out where you might be bleeding money. So what are you paying for that you don't use? Like, you know, this is going to see you getting really honest with yourself about where you're losing money or where you're wasting money. I don't think it's a waste of money to enjoy time with friends and family. I really don't. Like if you're having an experience and you have a great time with that experience, and then it's never a waste of money. But if you're doing it all the time and it's taking you into debt, yes, that's a problem. So I think this month you could be looking at that. When it comes to your physical health and vitality, this is going to see you very focused on your, for some of you, maybe your reproductive system. This could be you looking at all of your sort of internal works, if that makes sense. I won't go into any major detail, but yeah, something that you might be looking at this month, you know, just to keep an eye on, let's say. When it comes to your home and environment, this could be you having to let something go. You know, the Five of Cups is about loss and mourning very often, but it might be things that you're choosing to let go of because you even don't use them or they're costing you too much. As a really good example, let's say you have, I don't know, maybe you've got a gorgeous Aston Martin, you know, sitting on the driveway. You love this car, it's beautiful, it's luxurious and all the rest of it, but you don't really have the need or the use for it. And you could better utilize the funds that you spend on it elsewhere. Better than to maybe get, you know, not such a fancy car and have more money in your pocket. This could be a month where you're really starting to balance things out, you know, but the fun side of things is not going anywhere. And I think this is what you're kind of maybe getting real with yourself this month to say, right, this is what I can afford. This is what I want. Where do the two mesh in the middle? When it comes to your communications and conversations, you have the Moon card. And this is right next to the Five of Cups. I am sorry to say, I feel like and it's weird as well, because I feel like somebody that you know may either be sick or may, and I touch wood, I hope I'm wrong, you may hear that somebody has passed. And I don't feel like this is somebody that you immediately know. It kind of feels like maybe somebody that you once worked with, or maybe somebody that you were friends with years ago. Do you know what I mean? It's like they're not a current feature of your life, but it will be news that reaches you that kind of makes you go like, wow, I can't believe it, you know. It'll be one of those happenstances. Now, when it comes to your work, for those of you that work for somebody else, there's a big question mark over work this month, and I don't feel like this is about them letting you go. I think this is about you really starting to think if you're in the right place, which is going to be a big question for everyone this year. There's going to be this sort of, oh, you know, I need to do something, I need to go somewhere, I need to do something else. Just be careful that it's not out of the frying pan and into the fire. For those of you that work for yourselves, entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, one of your investments looks like it, you know, something that you've already got money or a stake in may take a bit of a hit this month. And the only thing that I can really say to you, because I'm not a financial advisor, I don't know how it works, but if you can keep hold of the investment and know that it will bounce back at some later point, then stick with it. But otherwise, this might be a time for you to think about, okay, you know, how much longer is this going to be really viable? And then for those of you that are retired or no longer work, this is going to see you get, this card came up for another sign as well, and I can't remember who it was, but it will see you being very reflective. It may see some sort of miscommunication on the wider world stage as well. I'm not sure if it's on purpose or if it's just because somebody had wrong information and so therefore they gave wrong information. But for those of you that are retired or, you know, in vocations rather than employment, this could be a time where you're really asking yourself, how effective can I be doing what I'm doing? And I actually feel like that's the message for all of you in some regard. When it comes to your love and relations, you've got the Star card. For those of you that are single, you could be meeting somebody online, but this card falls right next to the Moon card. So there's one thing that I do want to say to you. If you are talking to somebody online, this is not a time to send details. This is not a time to send money or anything like that. Just be sure that whoever it is that you're connecting with is actually who they say they are. The other way that this could play out as well, there could be a friend that comes back from the past this month, that maybe you guys hooked up once, or maybe you went out on a date or whatever, and there could be like a flirtation there again. For those of you that are partnered or in relationships, it's nice, but it also suggests that something about you and your partner are going to be separated this month. Whether this is, you know, they have to go on a work trip, or maybe you're called to go and look after one of the parents, or do you know what I mean? It's like there's nothing wrong with the relationship, but I see you in separate places, and this is very likely to be because one of you is called away for, you know, any number of reasons. So for your weeks of the month, you have the Strength card with the Three of Cups. This is just you, right? Like in your element. You want fun, you want enjoyment, you want vibrancy, you want anything and everything that is going to make your heart feel light and free. It's about enjoyment for you, and anything that dampens your spirits or tries to dampen your spirits, I feel sorry for them, because they're likely to maybe get ran over by the Libra train. For your second week of the month, you have the Chariot card, right? So lots of strong, dynamic, powerful cards here, and this is coupled with the Chariot, with the Five of Cups. So whatever losses you recoup this month, or whatever losses you suffer this month financially, you will be able to recoup them at a later date. But whatever financial hit you're taking here, the chances are you're not going to really recover until, I would call it, the time of Cancer. So you're talking late June going into July, or is it? No, that's late June going into July. So just be aware of that. For your third week of the month, you have the Fool card, new things, places and people. And look at this, there's definitely a blast from the past coming back here. But like I said, this is, I almost feel like it's like you're hearing of something that happened to somebody that you knew once upon a time. It's not like it's coming close, but only close enough that you're hearing of it. It's not going to be one of those things that affects you deeply or personally, if that makes sense. I mean, not that it's, you know, nice that somebody's passed or whatever. I don't, you know what I mean. For your 4th week of the month, you have the Hierophant card underneath the Star card. So yeah, I've said this to everybody, just keep an eye on the financial markets this month. I think we're going to see some big or weird fluctuations, and I think that's just going to continue throughout the year. Now, when it comes to your love and your relations, for those of you that are partnered or married, you will find other ways of staying in contact. For those of you that are meeting somebody, there is long-term potential here, but you just need to make sure that you've got all the facts. And the reason I say that is because you can have long-term potential with anybody. That doesn't mean that they haven't got, you know, somebody else on the side, and I'm not saying they are or they have. I'm just saying, just make sure that you're clear. As an example, you know, if somebody still lives with their ex, okay, they might be over, but it's still a bit awkward. Do you know what I mean? Like, you need to know that. That's a detail that you should be privy to. So, you know, at least you can make an informed decision and whatnot. So yeah, just keep your wits about you. But there's definitely a chance for you to meet someone this month, which is not bad at all. For your key to the month, you have the World card, right? So you're coming into a new era of yourself. You're coming into a lot more enjoyment, and I kind of feel like that's where it's at for you. It was almost like this sense of, you know what, I want more enjoyment in my life, and if I don't get it, then I'm going to have to pull out of whatever it is that's holding me captive. Yeah, no, I like this. I think you're definitely stepping into a new era in some way, shape or form. And with that said, I wish you an abundance of all of that good stuff. Let me know in the comments how it shapes up. Take care, and I'll see you soon.